children, welcome back. Here I am back with the second part of the chapter 2, that is animal and their wearing lifestyle. Let's quickly recall what we have learned in the previous session. We have learned the term habitat, adaptations. So what is habitat? The place where animal lives, eats and reproduces is called its habitat. Special features which allow animals to survive in their habitat are called adaptations. Different animal uses different breathing organs like gills, lungs, body surface, etc. Different animal have different ways for movement like paddles, flippers, fins, etc. So in this session we are going to study the third type of adaptation, that is adaptations for feeding. Feeding means eating. Different, and as you all know, different animals have different eating habits. They have developed different adapted features which help them to feed accordingly. So on the basis of this, animals are divided into herbivore, carnivore, omnivore. Here in this we will discuss all these three one by one. And here we will also learn about the birds and insects which are herbivores, carnivores or omnivores. So let's start with herbivores. Herbivores are plant-eating animals. Herbivores are plant-eating animals. For example, cow, sheep, goat, horse, etc. They all are herbivores. They have sharp incisors. They have sharp and long incisors to cut grass and leaves. Broad molars to grind and chew food. Here children, incisors and molars are the type of teeth. They also have well-adapted digestive system to digest the plant material eaten by them. Now, the parrot is also a herbivore. It eats fruits and nuts. It has sharp, curved and pointed beak. See, sharp, curved and pointed beaks which help it in piercing, biting and holding the fruits. Not only this, it also helps in crushing and chewing the hard seeds and nuts. Now children, rodents. What are rodents? Yes, the small animals like rats, mice, rabbits and moles which are having the sharp front teeth. They are called the rodents. These animals have sharp incisors which help them to gnaw the fruit. Here there is a one word, that is gnaw. Here G is silent. So it is pronounced as gnaw. So these rodents eat by gnawing their food. Now what do they eat? They eat seeds and fruits. Now children, what do you understand by gnaw? Gnaw means having a quickly and repeatedly bites. These rats, rabbit, they eat seeds and fruit quickly without stopping. That means they eat seeds and fruits repeatedly, having the quick bites with their sharp front teeth. Now, insect. Insect like butterflies, they suck the nectar of the flower. Now, what is nectar? nectar is sweet smiling liquid found in the base of flower. So butterflies suck the nectar of flower. As they suck the nectar, so they have sucking mouth parts. And how they suck the nectar? With a long sucking tube called proboscis. And children, when they are not sucking the nectar of the flower, they coil their tube below the head. The next category is carnivores. What are carnivores? Yes, carnivores are flesh-eating animals. They eat the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger, leopard, etc. They have sharp canines for tearing the flesh. Here also, canine is a type of teeth. They have strong, sharp claws for catching and holding their prey. Children, here what is prey? Prey is animal which is killed and eaten by other animals. Here what is prey? Prey is animals which is killed and eaten by other animals. And this other animal is called predator. Predator means animal which kills and eat other animals. Animals which kills and eats other animal is called predator. Generally, all these carnivores, lion, tiger, they hunt their prey alone. But some carnivores, they hunt their prey in the group. For example, wolves. They hunt their prey in the group, and the group of wolves is called pack. But what happens here? When they saw their prey, they made a circle around it, and they move silently. And attack the prey. Mosquito is a carnivore. It sucks the blood. How it sucks the blood? Yes, with a thin tube. It also has sucking mouth part. Now children, eagle is also a carnivorous bird. It flies in the sky. It has sharp eyesight. When it sees its prey like rabbit, it swoops to the ground. It has strong and sharp pointed claws to catch its prey. Even sharp beaks for tearing the flesh. Now the frog. Now children, see this picture. Can you see this long tongue? Yes. Frog has long sticky tongue for catching its prey. Now in this, what happened? When frog saw its prey, it quickly flip out its tongue at the prey. As the prey stick to its tongue, frog pull it inside. And the frog is not catching its prey, it coiled its tongue at the floor of the mouth. So this way the frog catches its prey. It eats small insects, worms, flies, etc. Now third category is omnivores. Omnivores means, yes, both plant-eating animal as well as flesh-eating animals. These animal omnivores means they eat both flesh also and the plants also. For example, hen, bear, even human beings are omnivores. So that means they have combination of sharp teeth for tearing and broad and flat molars for grinding and chewing the food. Now, for example, children, hen. Hen eats the small worms and it also eats the seeds. Even human beings also eat the meat and the vegetables. So, human beings eat only vegetables are called vegetarians. Now children, some animals migrate to some other places where they did not find food, water or favorable conditions for reproduction in their habitat. So they migrate to some other places and they return to their habitat when they find a favorable condition. So this two-way journey or this two-way movement is called migration. So what is migration? Seasonal movement from one place to another to escape harsh weather conditions or in search of food. Animals migrate by flying, swimming, walking, hopping, etc. Birds, mammals, fish, reptiles, insects and amphibians also migrate. Birds are the true migrants. They make a two-way trip each year. That means in the same year when they migrate from their habitat and in the same year they come back to their habitat when they found the favorable conditions. And they fly at a very long distances and they fly in the large flocks. Here children, flock means group. Some birds fly in the group. For example, geese. Geese flies in a V shape. Why? Why geese flies in a V shape? Yes, to take care of their member in the case if it gets sick or gets hurt. So for taking the care of their members of their group, they fly in a V shape. Now some migratory birds. Some birds also from the other countries, they visit India and when they found a favorable condition, they return back to their home. That means their habitat. For example, white stork, spotted sandpiper. Now let's see from where they are coming and where they are coming. White stork from West Asia and Central Europe. It is coming from West Asia and Central Europe and they visit India in the month of September. But when they are going back? In the month of April. Same way, spotted sandpiper comes from Europe and Northern Asia. And when they are going back? In the month of April. Now next is rosy pasture, brown-headed goat. They also visit from the other countries to India. When they are coming? Rosy pasture from Eastern Europe and Central Western Asia in the month of August. And they return back in the month of April. Brown-headed goat from Central Asia and Britain. They visit India in the month of September. They return home in the month of April. Now children, this Arctic tern and Siberian tern, they also visit India. For example, this Arctic tern. Arctic tern are the small birds that have longest migration route in the world. You know, this Arctic tern travel around about 71,000 kilometers every year. That's why they have the longest migration route in the world. They travel from their breeding ground in the Arctic to the Antarctica and they spend their winters there. Now the Siberian crane. Siberian crane also migrates from the native places in the search of warmer climate. So sometimes they visit India also for the warmer climates and they come visit India during the month of November to to February. Children, not only the animals but some mammals also migrate. For example, bats wait in the search of food each winter. These fishes also swim into a deeper and a warmer water. For example, an eel. An eel spent its life in the fresh water till adulthood. And when they have to breed, they move to the Sargasso Sea in the North Atlantic to breed. Next is salmon. It is another fish which does just the opposite of an eel. It lives in the sea till the adulthood, but when it has to lay its egg, they migrate to the river for laying the eggs, and after that, after laying the egg, they come back to the sea. And the young salmon also, when they hatches out of the egg, they come to the sea. But after 2 years, when they want to lay the eggs, they move to the river. In this chapter, children, we have come across several new terms. What are they? Spiracles, small hair rolls on the sides of the body for breathing. Locomotion, movements of animals from one place to another. Cilia, hair-like structures for the movement. Rodents, small mammals that gnaw with their sharp front teeth. Proboscis, a long sucking tube for sucking food in some insects. Migration, travel from one place to another to escape harsh weather conditions in search of food or for reproduction. Predator, an animal that hunts and kills other animals. So here children, I conclude my session by giving you some homework. You have to do this homework in your rough copy. What is the homework? You have to define some words. Migration, proboscis, flightless bird and prey. So children, again, now chapter is over. So please read the chapter, learn the question answers and learn the exercises also. So take care and be